Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Two Hearts Homestead. Today, we are going to go through our Greenstalk planter, and we are going to kind of rearrange and repot our strawberries. This is one of my two Greenstalk planters that I do have. I'm going to be taking each tier off, re-leveling the soil out within the planters, and the strawberries that are within each pocket, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replant them up towards the top and bring these down. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this down and then I'll be right back. Okay, just so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better, I did take one of the planters off the top. I am going through and I am trimming back some of these dead leaves. Strawberry plants do overwinter very well, but you will need to come back through and trim off some of the dead ends here. And this is my first year having this many strawberries over winter, so I'm hoping that all of them do come back. I'm trying to make sure that none of the crowns are buried with soil, which they should not be because I didn't bury them. Yeah, just trimming back some of the dead leaves here. Taking a look at some of the crowns. So all of them do look pretty good. Nothing looks to be rotten or anything like that. So hopefully we are good for the season. I do have most of these labeled, although the squirrels did get in during the summer and kind of dig a few of these out. So some of them, I'm not quite sure what they are at this point. So again, I'm just cutting back some of the leaves, some of the stems from the runners. Kind of moving back the soil a little bit to make sure that the crown, like I said, is not being covered up. And I don't want it to be covered up by soil or any of these older dead leaves either. So just again, trimming some of those things back. Making sure they look nice and clean. I do have a few that were in my top planter that I don't think they need to be there. Like I have room somewhere else in a different planter for them. So I'm going to go ahead and transplant those. But there are quite a few dead leaves on some of these. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and go through and remove some of those and make sure that my crowns aren't getting covered up. I do have a couple of these planters that the soil is getting relatively low, so I'm going to take soil from one of the other planters that doesn't currently have anything in it, and I'm going to backfill a little bit. So that will help me there. Again, I'm going to get rid of some of this excess material here. Make sure all the crowns are visible. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm ready for the warm weather because it's really been cold here. It was supposed to snow tomorrow, but it looks like that snow just turned into a bit of wind that we're gonna get. So I'm okay with wind. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to complain at all because I don't like driving to work in the snow. So in this planter, I do have room for one more. And I did have a root that was in another planter. I'm going to go ahead and cut off some of the dead leaves from that one. So again, I'm just cutting off all of this extra dead stuff. And I'm leaving the crown. So the crown is this part right here in the middle. And you don't want to bury that part under the soil. That's where all your new leaves and everything come from. So do not bury the crown on your strawberries. So that one was in a pot and it was not labeled, so I'm not sure which variety that one is, but that's okay. Strawberry at this point is a strawberry to me. So as you guys can see, a lot of those dead leaves were gone, and we just have the crowns left right here above the soil. So this planter should be good. Here's the next one, and as you can see, this strawberry did very well last year. I had a lot of big leaves. Not too many strawberries, but a lot of big leaves with a lot of runners. So I did take some of those runners that were in one pot and I transplanted them into the next. So hopefully they had time to set in the fall before the winter came. So again, I want to make sure that we don't bury the crowns. And that was something that no one kind of really explained. I think the first year that I got strawberries, so that was probably in 2001, 2002. I mean, the instructions may have said it, but I guess I wasn't as clear on what exactly a crown was. So I'm hoping this year that with me knowing that information, my strawberries do a lot better this year. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And then after I get done doing these trimmings and adding soil, I am also going to fertilize. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so the Greenstalk is reset up. As you guys can see, I'll zoom in. I cut off all the old dead leaves around the crown area. And this part right here in the middle is the crown, which I will be leaving. So most of them weren't uncovered. I think maybe only one or two kind of got buried in the soil. So I did go ahead and unbury those. I did transplant a few. So there's the crown right there in the middle. And here's a few more. So I am going to go ahead and water with a water soluble fertilizer. And then I will go ahead and cover the Greenstalk back in the fabric that I have here. We have squirrels that love to go digging, so I make sure I cover up the Greenstalk with just a light, thin fabric. So everyone, don't forget, it is now spring. It's time to refresh those Greenstalks. It's time to refresh those garden beds. It's time to refresh those fabric and plastic planters as well. So go ahead, put down your granular fertilizer, put down your water soluble fertilizer, and put down anything else that's needed that's going to start breaking down in the spring. That way when you start planting in early summer, late spring, everything will be ready and good to go. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.